A few of us traveled second class in the Cessna 206, while most of the group made all these trips in the first class Cessna Caravan, as seen here, passing us up somewhere between Kasane and the Quando River. Get out on the Chobe River floodplain. Botswana this side and Namibia the other side.
Check it out. I left my cap on the airplane. Oh. Visor, sorry.
I don't know what these.
Was it what?
Totally asleep. Oh, is he?
He shoveled himself up.
Yeah. You know, not that.
It looks like he's been molded out of dark clay.
He's taking care.
I think it also depends on availability of.
Yeah, you can see her. You can see her open her beak and had something in it, and she's now look. She's looks like she's feeding too. One very close to her feet and one out in the mess.
Ooh, pretty good size.
Mark said if the poaching patrol comes by, they'll confiscate their nets, all of their fish, and sink their boats.
Little bit, Bob.
Well, it's more like something's biting you.
I'll put that stick on it when we get home.
Yeah,
Remember
okay.
that's my last stick
They're pretty. Yeah, when they get them in a certain angle.
Oh, got a gray head. He's posing for you.
The Bob, and the scuffing on the right is where the elephants have used their tusks to get the bark. The black is a mud coating. The elephants bathe in the mud and then come up and wipe it off against the trees to get the parasites off their hide.
You see both of them, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Sitting down there.
And
And the ecologist walked right between them.
Yes.
Part of the
Good size impala buck right down here too.
regulating
Yes.
body temperature of the ears.
Right, that's it.
Those white stripes are breaking up their shape.
Like interesting. No, just waiting for you, Bill.
I thought our other people were miles behind us.
Yeah.
gal there really looks pregnant. You see how?
Yeah, she's pregnant, yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's tolerant to this.
Now go ahead and fly.
Yeah.
Quickly again.
Same to you.
Looks like you collect. What is it?
It's a bird plum. Bird plum.
B-I-R-D?
There comes the lunch drum. It's called a lunch. And her beautiful product, huh? Chester, that's what I thought. Well, Chester. You're going to serve us lunch?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Coming up, useful needs.
I think.
Okay, ladies.
Kind of a different looking. How many people help you, Kelly?
11 people.
11? How many are cooking?
2.
2? How about the baking?
Oh, the miracles.
All created in this little bitty kitchen? This sturdy, very well equipped cross-country safari camping rig had 3 staff members and 2 young couples as clients moving somewhere across Botswana. They even had a trailer load of firewood behind. I've been watching for them. We drove this lovely little road along the Chobe through the umbrella acacias on our way to visit a village. All dressed up for the visitors from the lodge. Main house.
Yeah, it's a nice one, full from South Africa. No, that's a brandy. It's the fruits from the wild bushes. Yeah, it's called a brandy.
Webby, can you tell us anything about how they do this?
Yeah, mainly what happens is that the fruit that they use is from the brandy bush, and mainly the brandy bush is just a wild fruit. Then they'll pick up those and put them in a container, heat a little bit of water, then add in those seeds. Then from there add sugar to ferment and to speed up the reaction. Just on 1 day beer. Then from there tomorrow you drink and you kick like a horse.
What if you let it go 2 days or 3 days? Does it get better?
That will get much stronger.
How old is she? 5?
So just setting
How
the
old is
beer.
she? 3?
Just setting some for the many of the brandy bush is easier because if you don't want to make any beer.
Do you like
Just
the
fry
one?
up there. Yeah, the customers are just down there, so just have to know.
So this is a commercial operation.
Yeah, the commercial operation. Yeah.
Show them, shall I?
Yeah, that'd be great.
You want to ask them their name or anything?
beer.
See if we get any.
What is your, can you tell us their name?
I'm not quite sure. Because maybe
Did we ask her name?
couldn't you win easy, na? Jo Chombwe. She said this is Chombwe.
Oh. Something like Chumbro? Chumbro?
Yeah, almost close. Chombwe.
And this poor old skinny dead chicken is on its way to the dinner table.
Yeah, it's something like that, yeah.
They have to carry water up.
Matter for them to get manure, they just go up into the crawl
Right.
and pick up the droppings from the cow or from.
Bye bye.
Oh, good, good, good.
Oh, she's gonna sing. Very nice.
Flock of goats.
Before the Second World War, the Japanese.
So when I live on my hat? When I live on my hat?
Thank you.
It was when we were riding the elephants that we saw them, so not everyone saw them.
The tallest and the biggest Roman. You can see a little bit of spots like on the legs. That sort of spots on the chest.
Well, it looks like he could do some damage.
Lunch on the Chobe.
Lean forward so Gil can get it. Forward.
Or I think he's behind. That's got to be a great video.
I mean, how good does it get?
Hey, buddy. Is that a male?
Well, yeah. He was just checking. When you asked, he checked to see. All right. Seaborn again.
Okay, Jumbo. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this crazy to hang on. Yeah.
Lunch on the Chobe.
He is standing.
This next young bull gets real excited every time he comes down here swimming with the girls. Oh look, nursing. Nursing mouse, you see. Trying to.
Loading himself up with water.
Is it blowing bubbles up on the top?
Oh, he's almost got it down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I can see it. Now here comes Mama. You think we can get this done? We can. It's like even smaller.
No, stuff.
We're getting a picture of that.
Yes.
They know where their feet are. They don't step on each other. They're very aware.
What are they doing?
Those are hash marks. People easy. Is he a Marine? Yeah, they're all fat, that crocodile really wanted something old.
Oh, I'm filming his teeth.
Okay, they're king of the river. You were worried about it?
Let's go. They probably know what they're doing.
Oh. Oh.
Hurry up with the pictures, guys.
Got my pictures.
He's turning around to that.
Good job, good job.
Oh, I can smell the carcass.
Oh yeah, you can smell it. There he is. Smells good today.
Take her back out in the water, boy.
He has to turn with it like that to tear it apart.
one this morning didn't have it. You could see that one this morning's head, Billy.
Whether or not, yeah, I didn't ever get a chance to see the head. I think it's... No, it's not. Yeah.
Like whales.
And the one that's in the shade that just got up has two small ones. There's two playing on the ground on the left, and then there's still two smaller ones in the trees.
On the right, yeah.
On the right.
There's one little one up.
Nice yawn.
Good yawn.
Another one, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 5 little ones.
There are at least 11 lions in this pride.
We hadn't taken any pictures.
Guinea fowl.
The one on the left symptom is not active because it's like a small.
Yeah.
Is this a teak tree?
So it's a rain tree.
Rain tree. And here's a pack of baboons enjoying a sundowner.
Still calling back. Egyptian Jews calling behind.
They were stampeding.
Few buffalo. A face only a mother could love. That is a problem.
Can't read it.
We now take leave of Baobab and the other lodges, fly south via Johannesburg to Cape Town to begin our tour of the Cape region. After checking into the Winchester Mansion Hotel, a bit of rest, refreshing, and refreshment, we had dinner in a great seafood restaurant in a mall which might have been anywhere in the middle of Newport Beach. Next morning we begin our touring of the region with guides Stephen and Jack.
Sticking out here, and then this last piece here, this is the side of Table Mountain. Oh. So it actually runs away from us for 2 kilometers up the top there. And suburb of Camps Bay here, with the 12 Apostle mountain range running along here. You've actually got 18 buttresses sticking out. There's not 12, but the name has been given the 12 Apostles. And then way down in the distance, Hout Bay is where you see the sun on that mountain. It's to the left of that. That's our next stop.
Hout Bay?
Yes. The yellowwood is an indigenous tree, and that is the wood that they used initially for the building of their first fort. Here, hoping somebody will just stop, pick them up, give them a job for the day.
What would their wage be, Steve? For
anything from 50 to 80 rand a day.
That's pretty cheap on a farm.
Until I get out of the picture now.
No, not on ours. We don't.
Pennies. No, I know yours wasn't it.
Is an Afrikaans word which means a bowl.
Oh.
So because
Highway cruise.
Caltrans.
Vegetation is nice.
now lots of these trees are eucalyptus and oak, and also some pine trees from Europe. The Dutch brought the oaks in from Europe to be used in the winemaking industry on the Dutch wine farms.
Oh.
But because of our climate, the trees grow very quick, and so the wood becomes porous. So it wasn't a good wood for the barrels at all. So you'll find in our wine industry a little seaside suburb here called Muizenberg. That belonged to a guy called Abe Bailey, and he was a good friend of Cecil John Rhodes. You know Cecil John Rhodes, the name?
Oh my, yes.
Now that was Abe Bailey's holiday cottage, and a little bit below us and to the right was his main house. Big mansion. And then to the right of Abe Bailey's house was Cecil John Rhodes' seaside cottage. And that's where Cecil John Rhodes died in 1902, in the little cottage down below us. It's in the main street, you can't see it from here. So our next stop will be at the Penguins. Coral reefs are all up towards Mozambique, up that way. Boat from? You'll see there's some coming in now, coming back.
Oh yes.
So this is the Cape of Good Hope Reserve, which was founded in about 1938, 1939. No large trees, shrub type vegetation. We're seeing some baboons at the restaurant which is in front of us now.
He said to close the
Yo.
door. He said close the door. So. John.
Oh là là, elle marche bien. Dépêche, hein. Avant que les autres singes y arrivent.
Were they your potato chips?
Looking across False Bay.
These nursing agencies that have formed up. So a lot of them work through agencies at the hospital. So you're not employed by the hospital. You're employed by the
Yeah. It seems to be very poor. We went to
That's what I'm just saying. I think when get out of there, boy.
He's spying out under there. That's what he's doing.
Now, you don't see that very often, do you?
Whether you ride the tram, as some did, or whether you walk, as others did, the views from Cape Point are spectacular.
Here we are at the southernmost tip of Africa, Bob and Marlis.
One wife got tired looking at the views and decided she'd go off with a young guide.
Which bulbous plants?
You get the Watsonia, you get the fire lily, lots of different types of lilies. See in the background.
Hold it easy now.
Oh,
look at this female, look at the food going down the female's neck. You see the ball?
Yes.
Now they're eating the bloembos, or the male is on the other side. The white bristlebush, this is also part of the fynbos.
It would be nice to have one of those seeing.
You see the male's legs, the one with the black. It's a little bit sort of reddish in the front of his leg. It's got like a pinkish color. Now that tells you that he's it's the mating season for him. He's like in breeding season.
Right after this, I saw 3 wives check their husbands' legs.
We have the whole group down at Cape Point. We are now at the Cape of Good Hope, part of Cape Point. Everybody's had a good walk after lunch, and we will be turning home from here back to Cape Town.
How old, Steve, you think?
Oh, difficult to say. Yeah. Probably not more than 2 months, if not even less. They're really tiny.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Cleaning time.
Look at that.
Oh, look at the kissing. Look at the kissing and hugging.
Yeah, they're very sociable animals. Very, very sociable.
This guy's just coming in.
Going out again.
The guy at sea just lost his kite. Maybe he will go out again. The guy outboard just did, and he just picked it up again.
Yeah, they do all these aerial maneuvers and they'll go way up in the air.
So, are they attached?
Wow.
Yeah, hold on with their hands, but the kite's not attached to the board, the feet's attached to the board.
Oh, that
Look
guy,
at
he lost his
Probably run like hell to get out of the area.
Yeah, we had an escape when at the beginning of last year, but it was from a prison van.
Isn't that lovely? And there's the funicular or the cable car.
It's on the back of the ferry marker.
Centers across to the left, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes, they definitely are over there. And if you look over on the side of the mountain over there, they're also busy taking the mountain. Yeah, like I said, they can see it away.
Now you're there.
Okay. You're here for a few days. In Camps Bay, we went to an amazing restaurant last night. Camps Bay here, just down there, blue.
Did you say that was 5 or 6 degrees morning over there?
Yeah, it depends on the time of the
They know about us.
I'm going to find it.
Yes.
I'm going to find a statue of a boy. Oops. That little guy was.
There's your guinea.
Oh, yeah. Oh, on
and the town had, when I was growing up, I would say maybe 12,000 people.
The little boy came and kissed me.
All over the place. But they're now finding that they're actually going more into the physics, the chemistry and those kind of things. And I think that's a good sign.
That is good.
It means that the perspectives and the ideas have changed, and that we actually might have a small chance.
Show the sculptures at the gardens.
It's nice to see kids.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But it narrows, it creates a different view. You see how it squeezes it down?
I see.
In any condition. Carpeting, it doesn't matter what goes on.
Oh, here she is.
Would you like to perform any number? Very good. Give us a little rundown on your family. Something about your...
This is my mother. Smile.
And tell us about yourself and your interest in the theater.
I am Kate. I love acting.
We'd have never guessed it.
Do you like it?
Well, some of it. Some of it. See, I'm totally reversed person because I try to make as little as possible, right, and as good as possible, not as much as possible. Right. I mean, California got a lot of market, and they can put it out by the millions of gallons.
Yeah, there's a lot of winemakers like you around that make small lots of good wine.
Yeah. Listen, well, I haven't been very far over there because at that time I was still in electronics.
Why are your vines trained so low to the ground? Why are your vines trained so low to the ground?
I have no irrigation. Okay, so the natural thing here is what we call bush wine. It's not.
This guy is a real character. But I can tell you, our winemakers picked up the latest high-tech equipment
because the
ideas.
Merlot grapes are so long that half of the grapes hang onto the ground if I don't lift it up a little bit with the wire. But as I don't consider that as a trellised wine, but just hanging on the wire. And I have, like I said, what we call bush wine.
Note the revolving fermenters.
Here, Siemensburg.
Yeah.
Into Stellenbosch.
Well, we're not going right into the town. We're going to be just outskirting it.
This is an estate to the left. It has all the fencing.
Thelema Mountain Vineyards Winery. Turned out to be a lovely winery and very, very pleasant wines.
That'd be a nice spot.
It does seem like it'd be pretty slow. He's done a lot of wood and he gets
I can see her smiling. Something's happening.
Nothing wrong with the equipment. Filter. All fermenters.
Can't do that light's not right, but
Yes, she did.
A little bit forward, everyone.
yeah, a little bit forward when you're done.
Lovely cuisine. Their speciality is the trout, the rainbow trout that is smoked on the premises, lightly smoked. They do have lamb. The lamb is excellent as well. Slow roasted lamb. It's roasted for about 14 hours. This was built in 1948. That was to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the arrival of the Huguenots in this valley. On either side of the road here.
Were they pretty Pentecostal or what?
It's recently built on the right hand side that you can hire out. One of those sort of romantic type things that they try and sell.
Santa Rosa Farms. You're right next door to Santa Rosa. Yeah.
Lovely fresh saldana mussels, that's from the west coast. We do those in a Thai influence with some coriander, ginger, lemongrass, etc. Of course, the sauce is always important in a mussel dish, isn't it? Soup du jour today, a lovely traditional classic French onion soup where wine is probably the most important ingredient there. And then the chef's special, we've got some lovely smoked kudu, which is very thinly sliced like carpaccio. We've served that on salad greens with warm roasted vegetables and then a creamy blue cheese dressing. Yeah, we get it through an agent, but it is a very good barrel. My Shiraz is in Mendocino, which is not sold out, I'm sorry to say. Yeah, it's just the Shiraz that goes into Mendocino. My Chardonnay is mostly French. But try the Chardonnay if you want a really delicious Chardonnay. That's great. That's done with a wild yeast ferment. It's actually very long, nice finish. Still hasn't lost its acidity. Nice lemon drop character, which I enjoy.
The mountains are tough.
Right. Even what spectacular. Oh, you need to go out there in the winter.
I hear that and look up.
It looks like a little bush, and normally it's not much higher than that. So you need to get in under there or lift up a couple of things. There's no machine that does that. Strawberry.
So we must say farewell to the magnificent Cape Peninsula region and the spectacular South African wine country of Stellenbosch and Franschhoek. We say farewell to Zimbabwe's Victoria Falls and Hwange National Park, to Namibia's Mudumu National Park and the Kwando River, and to Botswana's Chobe National Park and the truly miraculous Okavango Delta, Africa's last Eden. We say farewell to all the beautiful and wonderful people who have made this adventure what it was. We say farewell, but we are taking with us many, many indelible memories.